Help reunite a loving parent with their children. Okay, cool. Right, so this GoFundMe was made around about 8-9 hours ago, I believe. Let's check it out real quick. 8 hours ago, create 8 hours ago. And already, they are already earning money. 50K being the goal. $50,000. And 9 stupidity people have already donated. Yes, 9 stupidity people. Yeah. Let's read what it's got to say here. I came here out of desperation and as a last resort while fighting to regain custody of my kids. Paul's cousin, who I have always offered everything I could to help my children, declined because she owns a very large interstate construction company and told me she didn't need it. Now she has demanded child support, which is over 50% of my income. I work part-time at UPS and attend college using UPS program at JCC. Before I get into the rest of that of this little story here, let's go back to that first paragraph. Just want to dissect a few things here. I come here out of desperation. I'm pretty sure your kids were always desperate for you to be a good mother, but you didn't care. I'm pretty sure your kids were desperate for Paul to be a good father, but he didn't care. Which goes back to the title. Help reunite a loving parent with, I'm pretty sure with her children, not there. Either way. You know, talk about last resort. You know, when it comes to kids, there's a lot of things that should not ever be last resort. Many things. There are some things that we just can't avoid. But then there's many things that we can definitely prevent. And the fact that I'm reading the word or the phrase last resort is appalling. We, the people, are not your last resort. But of course, you have the stupidity people who will clearly be there to help. $100 4 minutes ago. Can you believe it? Nasty. Anonymous. With that being said though, while fighting to regain custody of my kids, Paul's cousin, you know what the crazy thing is? No parent should ever be in a position where they are fighting to regain custody of their kids. Now, maybe there are some situations that can be a bit of a sticky one when it comes to maybe divorces or whatnot, but this isn't one of those conversations. In this context, this is two parents who failed their kids miserably. What I want to know is, why did they deserve, or why does she deserve another chance with her kids? She had her kids for several years after they were born. Had one and then had another one. Had the ability to have 2 kids and didn't want to change her ways throughout the same process. If you ask me personally, I think the only way she should be allowed to have her kids in her life ever again is when her kids turn 18 and they make the choice that they want to see mommy or daddy again. But until then, I wouldn't give them the power. So donating is an absolutely ludicrous thing to do, from my humble opinion. And also on top of that, I work part-time in UPS and attend college. Why do we care about what you do? Like, you going to college? Did you want a medal that you go to college? Is that so we should get sympathy for you? We should have sympathy for you because you're working a part-time job while going to college? You're not the only person in this world. In fact, there are many people in this world that are single parents and actually are still parents. We have to juggle a whole lot of things to make things work. You're not even a single parent at this point. You got freedom to do whatever the hell you want. But hey, yeah, the sob story. The sob story. And to be fair, to bring Paul's cousin into the conversation, I don't care. How is that relevant? This is your mess up. I wanted to say F up, but anyway. We continue to the next one. My child support obligation is over $1,000 a month. I have to pay to see my children, which is almost $400 a week at supervised facility. The court lawyer now wants $5K a month. My daily and monthly living expenses are overwhelming. Oh my goodness, they're overwhelming. What are we gonna do? What are we going to do? I can tell you what we are going to do. Absolutely nothing. None of these things are our responsibility. None of these things affect our lives. because none of us put ourselves in this situation. Can somebody please tell me one good reason why she deserves to get 50k from the public to regain custody of her children? Somebody tell me one good thing. You know, she's a mother that neglected her kids clearly, along with Paul. A mother that, you know, happily wanted to be on OnlyFans to be able to show herself naked while having kids. There's so many things that for me personally are not forgivable. Or at least, like I said before, the kids should make their choice when they're old enough to make the choice. No money should be worth them having those kids again. Those kids may be having a better life right now. And then also on top of that, if the lawyer has put the money up, what's that got to do with us? That's not me problem. It's a you problem. But you know the funny thing is about the whole obligation to pay 1,000, then 400 a week, as well as the 5k. The funny thing about it is that all of that stuff technically, well, no, not technically. All of that stuff is actually never meant to happen when you have kids, because you're supposed to look after your kids and never be in this predicament. Second chance, right. Let's read the rest of it though. To make things much worse, a new law is about to go into effect in Kentucky. House Bill 574, which will allow the government to take my newborn baby after she is born and not allow me around her unsupervised. Sounds like a you problem again. I breastfed my children and this is a huge problem for me. What about their problem? I know I have made many mistakes in the past, but I love my children and want to be with them. You're taking accountability that you know you've made not one, not two, not three, but many mistakes. Somebody that has made many mistakes regarding their children shouldn't be given a second chance until, like I said before, the kids make that choice themselves. To be honest with you, she should just be grateful that they actually allow her to at least see her kids supervised anyway. Lucky, because there's a lot of people that wouldn't be able to see the kids at all, point blank, period. Sometimes you gotta take the wins, even if the wins means they're diving into your pocket. Now, also on top of that, she continues here by saying, if I am unable to pay my monthly child support, which includes almost 7,000, oh my God. The court order is requiring me to pay. I cannot be arrested, and this will affect my court application for my citizenship and residency, and possibly get me deported. At which point, I would need a federal lawyer to fight to allow my children to return with me to their home country of Brazil, where they were born. This would never happen in Brazil. I am so confused. They treat me so hostile because I'm not American. Because I'm not American. Please help me fight to regain my children. So basically what I just took from that is that if I was in Brazil, all the many mistakes that I made of being a poor parent, the Brazilian government would have allowed it to happen because they don't really give a damn about how we are treated. But in America, there's a certain level where it does matter to a certain degree, so you will lose your children. That's what I'm getting out of this. Now, I'm not saying that is the case in Brazil. Don't get it twisted. What I'm saying is that she's saying that in Brazil, she would have never lost her kids, which basically she's saying that, hey, I can do what I like. You know, with just that last line itself in particular, that last line is good enough to sit here and say to you guys, this is why she should not. This is in fact another added reason of why she does not deserve your money and why she should not have these kids again, because she wants to take them to Brazil and then do whatever the hell she wants to do with them. And we will never know what she does with them. Okay, maybe I'm sounding a bit too extreme because it's not like she does like madness like that, you know what I mean? But she still doesn't do a great job being their mother. So to be honest with you, thank God that she brought these kids into America, so therefore repercussions can actually be a thing. And we all know how hard it is to get repercussions when it comes to children being removed from homes, whether that be the UK, whether that be the USA or Canada, because boy, the process is so long. But it happened, and that's nothing got put into perspective. Think of how hard it is for the government to come in, or the CPS or whoever it is to come in to take your kids away. Just think about how hard it actually is. They have to come and check on you multiple times first. Generally speaking, unless you put your child in really serious danger, they have to keep checking and checking and checking until they find out to remove your kids. It is not a process that happens just like that. So the fact that they got to that point, somebody please give me a good reason why she deserves to have her kid back in her life again. Why people should donate their money and give her the 50K. The way I look at it, we should all be complaining to GoFundMe and requesting for all to be taken down. I am sick and tired of people that want to be parents or people that claim to want to be parents, but then when it comes to being a parent, they're not a parent. Meanwhile, there's many people in this world that can't even have kids that would, I would imagine, be amazing parents. But of course, in today's society, there's many ways of having kids, isn't it? There isn't really an option anymore to not have kids because there's so many ways now, isn't there, how we can have kids, which is a great thing. But not everyone can afford those other alternative ways of having kids, but would be great parents. Meanwhile, we get people who can just get pregnant just like that, and then when the baby comes, they do nothing whatsoever to actually, be a parent. And not only do they have one baby, they have more. They have two. In this situation, it's two. Some people have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I made my point. Let me know what you're thinking. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.